Hi, I'm Amy Kelly and this is my allotment. Well, at least this is what it used to look like. This is what it looks like now. Absolutely, completely overgrown with weeds, grass as high as my shoulder, fruit trees having snapped their supports. So what has gone so horribly wrong? Well, basically life has gotten in the way. My wonderful other half has had a really bad year of health troubles, work has been crazy, so my little allotment has been a little bit neglected. But that is all going to change. We are here to give it all the TLC it needs. So I am going to show you what to do if you are dealing with a really overgrown site, whether it's a garden or an allotment, or if you're starting fresh for the first time, how you can get the best results out of a garden that has gone a little bit wild for whatever reason. Please make sure you like and subscribe and click the bell because I have lots more videos that I want to share with you. And now let's get stuck in. So first things first, take stock of what you have. There might be hidden gems secreted in amongst the weeds, so that's what we're going to do right now. Well, this might look like just yet more weeds in the great forest of weeds, but look. These are actually strawberry plants, and if we go hunting through the leaves, there's actually loads of strawberries in here. Now some of them are a little bit past it, maybe not so nice for eating anymore, but they might still be useful for jam. So look how many of them there are. Oh, that's amazing. Look how many of them there are. Well, the first thing we need to do is get these picked and see just how much free, unexpected harvest we have. Well, I have roped in my lovely mum who's visiting from Australia into doing some strawberry picking for me. Say hi, Mum.
Hi, everyone. Want a strawberry?
And hiding over here, growing between the fence and the fruit cage, there are some little broad beans hiding. Look at them, these are just perfectly ready to be picked. So if we look inside that pod, okay, it's not the biggest pod in the world, but those are pretty massive beans. Here in the UK we call these broad beans, but I think sometimes they go by the name fava bean. This is amazing. Okay, it's not going to feed the family for a year or anything, but I didn't think I was going to have anything this year. I have had so little time for planting or looking after the plot. All of these little surprise crops are just amazing. I'm so excited. Let's see what else we can find. So I'm standing inside my fruit cage in 5-foot high weeds, and the gooseberry sawfly has eaten just about every leaf off every gooseberry and then moved on to the red currants. Now this doesn't kill the plants, but it does weaken them and mean that next year you'll have less fruit, and that a lot of the fruit this year is going to fall off the bush. The competition from all of these weeds too means that the plants haven't been getting the water and nutrients that they need, and having all of that close growing grass and weeds means that there's not enough air, there's not enough airflow getting to the berry bushes, so some of the fruit is rotting. So yeah, really disappointed in here, but I have just spotted something that I think is going to cheer me up a little bit. Somehow, amongst all the weeds, some raspberries have managed to survive. So I'm really pleased with that. I thought my raspberries had all died because I haven't really seen much growth on them. But yeah, we have actual raspberries. Yay! So a bit of a mixed bag with the tayberries. Some of them have already just rotted and I won't be able to use them, but we do have some still on the bush, and that's okay. We're going to look after this plant really well and we're going to get a fabulous harvest from it next year. So we'll take what we can get this year and say thank you very much, tayberry, you did your best, and next year I am going to be on the ball. Blueberries are looking a lot better than some of the other crops. We've got some nice fruit there, nice big bunch there. And a lot of that is because the gooseberry sawfly doesn't eat blueberry leaves. but I did actually manage to get these a little bit weeded earlier on in the year and got the cardboard put down, but I didn't have time to get any mulch or bark chips down, and the weeds have just grown up again through the cardboard. So have to redo that job again. My poor beans are being just about strangled, but they have managed to grow really well considering the complete neglect that I have shown them this year. So I think we're actually going to get some French beans and runner beans this year. Woohoo! So this is what is left of most of my cabbages. This is one of the caterpillar species that we have, which, as you can see, has absolutely decimated my spring cabbages. I don't like to use a lot of sprays or chemicals on my allotment, and I don't know, maybe looking at it right now you think perhaps I should. Feel free to comment below, but I try to grow everything as naturally as possible. So I would use physical barriers like carrot root fly mesh to keep the carrot root flies away, bird netting, brassica moth netting to help protect my crops, but none of that happened this year. So they have been having a wonderful time and helping themselves to everything on my allotment. But there are some over here that are doing much better, and I think I have a clue as to why. Look here, we've got lovely healthy leaves, and if we look at the one right beside it, there's one of those same caterpillars with little yellow fluffy balls beside it. Now this caterpillar has been parasitized by a wasp. So a lovely friendly gardener's helper little wasp has come along and laid its eggs inside the caterpillar, and these little cocoons are those eggs hatching out. So there you have it. No sprays, no crop protection, certainly no intervention from me, but Mother Nature has been looking after my allotment for me. This impressive flower, which is actually as tall as I am, is from a leek which did not get picked in time and so has done what's called bolting. So that means it's gone to flower. So this is a beautiful little leek flower. You can see it's just in bud at the moment. So these are fabulous for pollinators, so I'm certainly going to let my leeks continue to flower rather than digging them up, and yeah, try and harvest them on time next year. But yeah, interestingly enough, the flowers are also edible, so they make a lovely garnish. You can tempura fry them like scraps. They're certainly not a wasted crop, but I think considering all of the other jobs that I have, my best use here is going to be just to let wildlife enjoy them. The spring onions I planted a few months ago and never got round to harvesting have gone to flower. I never realised what beautiful flowers they have. Just look at all of the pollen on those. It's no wonder the allotment is buzzing with bees. I grew a lot of soft fruits, and these really ideally should be pruned and trained in and looked after, but it just hasn't happened this year. And yet the raspberries seem to have just carried on regardless, and we've actually got some raspberries. This is a purple variety called Glencoe, so they're actually ripe when they go that lovely dark purple colour. Look at them all hiding there. It's really sad that some of them have gone over and they really are past use now. But there's a lot of them that are just absolutely spot on. That's brilliant. Look at them all. Look at them all. Oh, that's amazing. Look at how many there are. They're just hiding. And look, underneath here, there is loads more strawberries. I mean, that is perfect. That is perfect strawberry. That is amazing. That, the flavour from that is so good. And it was just hiding in amongst the weeds under the leaves. Thank you, allotment. I'm sorry I neglected you, but thank you for the strawberries and the raspberries and everything else. Right, let's see what else we've got here. Well, this is really strange. One of the few jobs that I did actually manage to get done was cutting back my autumn fruiting raspberries. So with your autumn fruiting raspberries, they grow new canes over the course of the spring and summer, and then those fruit for you in the autumn. So it's really useful and important to cut back the old canes. So I came and did that, and new ones have not grown, which is really strange. So this is the bed where the raspberries ought to be. And if we have a look here, you can see the stems that I cut back, which has worked every other year. This is the only little bit of raspberry that seems to have regrown. In a normal year they would all look like that. But if we walk a few beds over, there is a raspberry that has started to grow there, and another one just down there. So they have sent out runners, so I've got raspberries coming up all over the place where I don't want raspberries, but my raspberry bed, which has been fine every other year, suddenly this year has just decided, nope, not doing it. So yeah, interesting. I think we need to start a new raspberry bed. While I've been chatting away to you, look at the ridiculously large weed pile that my mum has pulled. Thank you, Mum.
Plenty more where that came from.
My lovely mummy taught me my very first lessons in gardening, and there's a really good lesson to be learned here. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Gardens don't get this badly overgrown in a day. You're not going to fix them in a day. So make it a fun thing, make it a family thing, make it a friends and community thing. Get a few bottles of whatever you like to drink and a little picnic, and get everybody down for a good old-fashioned working bee, and you'll be amazed how much you can get done in a really short period of time. Or if you prefer to just tackle it on your own, that's cool too, but just take it one little step at a time. This allotment didn't get built in a day, it didn't get this overgrown in a day. I'm certainly not going to be able to fix it in a day, but we'll just work away at it. So today is free unexpected harvest day, and another day is going to be weed one bed at a time day, or let's tackle this part of it or that part of it. So if you divide your big job into smaller jobs, then you have achievable goals. You won't feel as overwhelmed. Just take it one step at a time and be kind to yourself. No garden is perfect all the time. So that's job one done. All of our lovely free unexpected harvests picked, and I'm going to be making lots of strawberry jam by the look of things. So yes, next job is plan what to tackle first and then work through it job by job until my allotment is back the way it should be. I will see you next time.